This is Marcus Corval with Studio MMA and...
Miesha Tate.
No. Studio MMA and... You just said it.
MMA Newt.
Yeah, say it again.
Okay. MMA Newt.
And we're here at the UFC 143. And before we even go into your fight, what's your prediction for today for tonight's main event?
Hey, man, I don't know. Everyone keeps asking me. I kind of want Condon to win just because Diaz is such a, busy, trash-talking, little mouthy guy. But nonetheless, he's a great athlete, and he always puts on great fights. So either way, I'm looking forward to it.
And then we got your fight against Ronda Rousey on March 3rd. I think I know what your prediction for that one's going to be. And it's going to be defending this thing right here,
Yep.
right? That's a nice belt. Yes. What's the game plan, so to speak, for this fight? Not going into the details of the actual game plans, but what are you going to do to Ronda that she hasn't seen before?
Frustrate the piss out of her. I want to make her doubt why she ever wanted this fight. I want to make her regret her decision and realize that she's in way over her head. She's finally swimming with the big leagues, and it's like, my goal is just to push her beyond where she's ever been pushed and break her, because I've been there. I've been in the championship rounds. I've had my fair share of fights, and I've been doing this a lot longer than her, and I'll be damned if I'm going to have her come up, inside a year and take my title away from me. It's just not going to happen.
So it's been quite a bit of trash talking back and forth, and especially on Twitter, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be any lost love between the two of you inside that cage. Do you feel that it's
That might be an understatement.
do you feel that this is something that drives you more in training, I presume, but do you have to focus yourself more so that you don't let your emotions take the better of you in the actual fight, do you think?
Maybe, but you know what? I think that being a little more emotional for me is actually going to be a good thing, because I think that's exactly what I need. I think I've been doing this for long enough that, sometimes it becomes more of like a sport, and more calm. I feel really calm in there sometimes, and I really am excited to see what's going to happen when, we take the calmness away. Then what kind of a fight is that going to make for? I think it's going to make for a really exciting one, because, I can't stand the thought of losing to this girl. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I don't care if I have to Mike Tyson her and bite her ear off. No, but seriously, though, on a serious note, I really am very motivated for this fight. I'm very pumped, and I refuse to lose this fight. So I have to do whatever it takes in training, mental preparation, and inside the cage as well, March 3rd, so that I make sure the strap comes home with me.
How do you prepare for someone like Miesha Tate? Do you bring in girls? Do you bring in guys with a judo background? How do you do it?
Well, in preparing for Ronda, I've worked with judo people, but a lot of it is just about not playing into her game plan, so the anti-judo strategy, and my boyfriend's been wrestling since he was very little, so I feel the biggest difference between judo and wrestling is the gi. That's what really separates a lot of it, because almost all the throws that you have in judo, when you take the gi away and you move to the over-underhooks, are wrestling throws, all of them, freestyle and Greco, that's what it's all about. Although I will say judo does utilize foot sweeps a lot better than most wrestlers do. But I feel wrestling transitions into mixed martial arts better than judo. We have all the champions seem to have, almost in the UFC, if you've watched, have strong wrestling backgrounds, or ability at least. So it just goes to say, I really feel that I'm going to be able to nullify the judo, to not play into that game, and establish my own game plan, because I really feel that's all she has. She doesn't have a lot for me on the feet. She doesn't like to get hit, obviously. She's always really afraid of it, because she just comes in so quickly and tries to go for the armbar. She really actually seems desperate. She don't want to be in there any longer than she has to. She's like, man, I got to get this done quick, because I don't know what else to do. And what happens, when I take that away from her, is I think she's not going to know what to do.
When we did the interview with Scott Coker here before, Scott Coker mentioned that you are the two of you are the, so to say, face of women's mixed martial arts, and obviously, rightfully so. You are the champion. She's gonna challenge for the title at 135. Do you feel that the two of you are a little bit like Anna Kournikova and Serena Williams of maybe not so much Anna Kournikova, she wasn't good enough, but sorry, you're cute, but
Anna Kournikova. I'm the Serena Williams. Yeah, no. No, but seriously, no, we are. We have a lot riding on our shoulders, because we have all the elements that you need for the entertainment aspect and to deliver the skill inside the cage. First and foremost, I like to talk about, the fighting ability and what we do as athletes, because that's where we work really hard. But then when you take the marketing aspect, we're not, we're pretty easy to sell, because, we're not too hard to look at, so that's also another.
I hadn't noticed, but yeah.
No, but I think it's going to be great for the women's MMA and for MMA period. I think it's going to say a lot because you get two girls that aren't half bad looking in there that can really kick some ass and do it in a professional manner. It's gonna do big things.
So can you appreciate Ronda for? Is this, so to speak, the Frazier versus Ali type of a fight? Do you feel like she helps bring women's mixed martial arts up to a higher level, and because of the promotion for the fight, helps promote you as well?
I think she does a good job of marketing herself the way that she wants to. However, I don't know if it's necessarily the healthiest image for women's MMA. It does draw fans, bottom line. So, I have to give her credit for that. She does a good job of doing the trash talking and getting people roped in and, wanting to see, like I've said before, she's one of those fighters that it's either you want to watch her either way. Whether you want to watch her get her ass kicked for being so mouthy or you want to watch her win because you're a fan of her. And that's what women's MMA needs. We need people to want to watch for whatever reason. We want people to watch us. So she does a good job in that. However, as a role model for up-and-coming girls coming into the sport, I don't feel that Ronda's a good role model. I feel that, she really has mostly talked her way into this title fight because I don't understand how at 4-0 in a weight class heavier, 145, fighting, the last person that she beat, who was a great girl, but was 2-2, how you think it makes sense for her to come down and fight me, who was 12-2, been fighting for 6 years. She's been fighting for 1. I have the wrestling background. She has the judo background. Okay. And then, making the drop for the first time and getting an immediate title shot. How does that make sense over Sarah Kaufman, who's 14-1? She's only competed at 135. She actually has a win over me. You know what I mean? On paper, it doesn't make as much sense, So I can't say that I feel she's like the number one contender. But do I feel she'll be a challenge in a tough fight? Absolutely. And has she done a good job of marketing the fight overall? Yes. But do I agree with it, or would I ever take that route of doing it? No, because I'm more sincere. I don't say I don't like you unless I really don't like you. She'll say
you really don't like
it. I really don't like her. There's no playing on that. She's just talking to talk. And she doesn't understand that there's going to come a point where she has to cash those checks. She's writing more checks than I think her mouth can cash at this point. And so, March 3rd, she's going to be in for a rude awakening.
So you feel that she's not worthy as an opponent, and you think Sarah Kaufman was more worthy of this fight than Ronda?
I think Sarah Kaufman was more worthy at this point than Ronda was. I'm not saying Ronda is not worthy, because she is, but wasn't next. She leapfrogged, basically. You know what I mean? She's a great athlete. She took a bronze medal in the Olympics. You know what I mean? We can't say there's no disputing that. And she's 4-0, and she's just been destroying people in the 145-pound division. But the thing is, they're not on the count. They're not, the people that she's been beating are not on the level that I feel that I'm at, or no one she's fought has. You know what I mean? They haven't put in, her opponents haven't been, on that level. And so she's making a big transition, a big jump from the people she's been fighting to me, the champion, and that is where I feel like there's a lot of room for error on her part. She's got this big head thinking, oh yeah, I'm just beating all these people, blah, blah, blah. And it's like when she gets out there and she feels that, how strong I am, my skill set, my speed, and she's not able to just go out there and throw me down in a minute and armbar me, then what? Is she going to be mentally tough enough? Is she going to give up? Like, we don't really know, What if she just goes out there and it's like, oh, I can't do this and I quit or something, or gives up, taps out to strikes or something. We don't know. She's never been tested. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to test the shit out of her.
With the 45-pound division, so almost being abundance, so to speak, with Chris obviously being stripped of her title, Ronda moving down to your title, what do you think is going to happen with the 145 division, and what's your take on the whole thing with Chris as well?
Well, the whole situation with Chris sucks, you know what I mean? To be honest, it's really unfortunate, and I wanted to give her every benefit in the world, that wasn't true, and I always back Chris. I still back her, whether she did know, she says she didn't know, so, I'd like to believe that was the truth, that it was all an accident, but either way, she has to pay the consequences that go with that, and she has to take responsibility, and she's doing that, so, it's going to be a year before we see her back in action, and what that means for the 145-pound division is, a lot of people are saying it's dead now because Cyborg's gone. It's dead. Well, I don't think so, actually. I think it's more alive than ever because now I think we can put together competitive fights in that weight division. You know what I mean? We can get the girls that were all being just destroyed by Cyborg and have them go together, and we'll see more, equally matched fights. And, they won't be running from the division afraid of Cyborg, so maybe it'll fill out a little better, and we'll see a better turnout in the 145.
regardless of the outcome on March 3rd, do you think Ronda should move back to 145?
Um, I have this funny feeling that she might want to now that Cyborg's gone. I think she was scared of Cyborg, and I think that's why she ran down to 135. And I think that, she wants to come and try and challenge me because she thinks it's going to be easier. And I have a lot to say about that. You know what I mean? I am not the champ by fluke. And I mean, I'm here for a reason. I put in my time. I put in my work. I've been doing this. I've been playing this game. You know what I mean? And to me, it's not just a game. Her, I feel like it is. It's kind of, she's just having fun in the moment. She's talking the trash. She's getting the limelight, and she's all hunky-dory with that, but what happens when I'm dropping elbows on her face? Is she going to like that very much? Well, we'll have to find out.
And Chris actually spoke about trying to make it to 135 because you felt it's more of a competitive division for her. One, do you think she can make it? Two, would that be a challenge you'd be up for? Would you like that fight?
Absolutely, especially if, granted I do what I want to do on the 3rd and I take my belt home with me, I feel like I have to be ready to take on all comers, and if Cyborg wants to drop down to 135, she's more than welcome. I have a lot of respect for her and what she's done. I still think she's done a lot of great things for women's MMA, but we get her clean, off of whatever substance. I think it may be easier for her to make 135. That would probably be a safe assumption. So she'd have to do a lot of dieting. She's going to have to lose some muscle. Is it possible for her to make 135? Yes. Is it probable or likely? I'm not sure. But, if she comes down to 135, absolutely. I would definitely take that challenge, as I would with anyone in my weight division.
Marlis Conan, who you beat and actually took the title from, is now unemployed without a contract. What's your opinion on that, your take on that? What should she do?
Well, from my understanding, she was cut from Strikeforce, not because she lost, but because they were having problems with Golden Glory, which was her team, which is what I understood. I am not the most educated on the situation, but I think that's what happened, because she's still a great athlete. She puts on great fights. But from what I heard is she's working with Invicta Fighting Championships. And I believe that that's going to be something big for women's MMA. I think that what their goal is to put on maybe some all-female fight cards and kind of go around it that way. And I believe she has maybe a contract or she's working on something with them. And so that could be doing big things. My friend Shannon Knapp, who used to work for Strikeforce, great gal. And she's actually heading that. It's really her starting the whole thing. And she's been behind not only the fighters, but the women fighters for a long time. And she really wants to do something big, professional, and awesome for the women, and so she's kind of starting this, and I'm not sure what route she's taking exactly with it. I don't know all the details, but I have a feeling it's gonna be big.
Shannon's a great girl. I know Shannon. What's up, Shannon, if you're watching this? She's obviously no longer with Strikeforce. She also had a strong time with Golden Glory as well, but looking forward to see what she's got to do. But what I'm looking forward to is March 3rd to see you in the cage here with Ronda. For the fans in Sweden, you will be able to watch this fight as well. I wish I could know the channel over there. Help me out here, mate. Help me out. Eurosport, sorry. Yes, do you know Eurosport?
I don't know Eurosport, but now I do, I guess.
Your fight's going to be aired on it. Looking forward to seeing you on March 3rd. Good luck with the training.
All right, thanks. Guys. Bye.
Thank you.